My name is Byron. I'm from FireBoard Labs out of Kansas City. We have lots of different products. Our main product is the FireBoard 2, which you have. This comes with 2 food probes in it and an ambient probe. We encourage you, I'll tell you this at the end as well, take this back to your rooms tonight, open it up, power it on. The first thing you do is go to the FireBoard app in your app store. I'm showing you right now our web session, which is okay. Our web is adequate, but the real power actually comes in the apps in your phone, iPad, Android, any kind of stuff like that. That's where you can do most of your stuff. That's where most of us are going to do our stuff anyway, honestly. You're not really going to do it on your computer. You're not going to take your computer out to your pit. At least some people probably don't. Most people don't. So this is the FireBoard 2. You'll all get it. Take it back to your rooms. Get the app. Log on. Set up your FireBoard. Do all of that stuff in your room tonight. Put the probes in. Make sure they work. Play around with it, look around with, you can't really break anything. So just kind of start pushing buttons and looking at menus and things like that just to see what it'll do. You'll be using it tomorrow in your cooks. Now all of you will get one, and I don't think we're gonna have all of you using all of your FireBoards in all your cooks. Probably just one of you will actually use it tomorrow. Unless you want 5 FireBoards and 17 probes plugged into the meat. Feel free, I don't care. But they've been recently charged and updated the latest software, so hopefully they'll be good for you through tonight and tomorrow. So that's that. We also, doing just a quick overview of some of our products, we have a FireBoard 2 Drive. This is a product, I'll pull that out of the box. I should have pulled the other one out of the box too, but this one looks a little different. The 2 has 6 probe ports like this does. So you can plug in 6 different probes at the same time. It comes with 3, 2 food and 1 ambient. The Drive is different because it has this little port here. It's a plug-in. What that does, it allows you, for the users at your stores that have a Kamado, Big Green Egg, Primo, Kamado Joe, whatever, it allows them to plug a fan into their FireBoard 2 Drive, and it becomes a remote controlled fan that pretty well keeps your pit. It keeps it really rock solid. You set it, you forget it. And the fan, it's the oxygen, it's the fan that stokes the fire that keeps the fire steady. So this combination is really killer for like I said, for all the ceramic use. You can use it with an offset pit as well. We have a different adapter here, a ball valve adapter. Guys will put these on. I'm tempted to buy a real cheap offset, just $50 something off of Facebook Marketplace, put one of these on there and see how it works. But this works well. That's the FireBoard 2 Drive. Then we have the FireBoard 2 Pro, which I don't know if you stock this in your stores or not. This has 3 Type K thermocouple probe ports. That allows you to use a Type K thermocouple, which it just looks a little different. The big difference, this allows you to go up to about 1200 degrees. So if any people come into your stores and say, hey, I'm looking something to track the temperatures in my pizza oven, this is what you would push them to. There's really no need to get this. The probes aren't better. It's not better just because it costs a little more. It's just mainly better because it does the high temperature stuff. So if most people wouldn't need that, most people are going to want just the 6-port standard. It goes up to about 600 degrees. Yes, sir?
What's the safe range for the previous FireBoard?
About 600 degrees. Yeah.
Is that for the ambient too?
Yeah. Yeah. You can't put the FireBoard itself let's make ourselves clear, in the smoker at 600 degrees. So there is that.
With the drive fan, where would you put that on? Like a charcoal, like a lever?
The air vent on all your charcoal grills.
On the base.
Yeah, are going to have the air vent that typically your users are going to manually control. You will open that wide open, and there are, where did I do with that? There are 3 different adapters to allow you to adapt it to different things. And then, like I say, we have a different nozzle adapter and a I don't know if you guys carry all these in your stores, so that would be a question if to go back to your store and say, hey, if I have the chance that somebody wants one of these things, has an offset or has something that doesn't come standard in that box, do we have the parts and pieces I can sell them? So that's something you might just check on. I'd say that's pretty rare. The big common thing is just the Kamados, the big green eggs, the Kamado Joes. What do you guys sell at Scheels? All three of those? Okay. So yeah, those, and it's also an opportunity that if a new user comes and buys one of those, a big green egg, Kamado Joe, Primo, you can say, hey, have you heard, not wanting to totally upsell you, but this is really a cool product that will allow you to set your pet and forget it and be done with it. So if that sounds interesting to any of you or your users, that's a great way to push them onto a little more sale on that product. So that's the basis of our line. We also have an instant read called the Spark. It's a premium 1-second read, instant read thermometer. You'll see these also at ThermoWorks. Who else has one that's here? I don't know if anybody else has an instant read that's here this week. What makes ours a little different, I don't think ThermoWorks is doing this, but we have a probe port on ours. So you can actually put a probe in here, a leave-in probe port, and it'll be part of your session. It's rechargeable battery. In general use, the battery will last about a year. That's for the people that are just temping their steaks, their pork chops, their chicken. For the people that use the leave-in port and use it for a 12-hour cook, you're gonna have to recharge it more often than a year, but it's very robust. It's water resistant. You can wash it under a faucet, something like that. But it's a really cool device, and I'll show you something else about that as well here real soon. Any questions so far? Any other questions? That's an overview of our most of the products that you're gonna sell. Like I say, we have other accessories. We have probes. We have pouches for the probes. We have all kinds of stuff. Yes, sir?
I have a question for the fan option. I'm not asking you to bag on another company, but what does your product do that maybe the green egg?
What does our fan do, or just our setup?
The fan. What do you get out of that to where that the option that Big Green Egg sells for the exact? It looks very similar to that.
Do they sell a control unit then that controls the fan?
I think they connect it to the app. I don't know
Okay.
if it comes with the actual FireBoard.
Right.
You know, off the top of your head.
I don't know their product that well. I do know the fan itself. We don't make money necessarily selling fans. You can use third-party fans with this as long as they fit the probe port. And generally, some people say, I have a fan sitting around. Can I plug it in? Yes, yes. I would say one of the things that makes our product really useful and probably heads above the competition is our software. We do manufacture our own products in Kansas City, Missouri. We do as much in-house manufacturing as possible. We do have to get chips from Taiwan, things like that. But we have our own circuit board manufacturing. We do as much, all the hand assembly, everything is done in Kansas City, Missouri. And then, so we're very anal, if you will, about the hardware side because we control all that. But then we also are very active on the development side. We're constantly, doing updates on our app. In some ways that sounds bad. That means that maybe it needed updates, so it's not good. But we're robust. We're constantly developing, releasing new features to it and whatever. Somebody that can probably tell you a little bit more about that. We have a internationally world-renowned pitmaster here with us today, Megan Day. She is a FireBoard sponsored. She and her husband Jason are a part of Burnt Finger Barbecue. She's here. She's going to be one of the pitmasters tomorrow. If you're lucky, you'll get to have her because she's phenomenal. She's great to be around. She's fun, etc. So Ted, my boss, back at the FireBoard headquarters, he put on a pork shoulder at about 4:30-ish. So this is his session from Kansas City. He's cooking on a kettle, so we can click here. We can scroll down on notes. So you can take notes as much as you want on this. So you take a picture, create a note, it'll timestamp it. So 4:44 p.m. he's putting it on. FireBoard 2 is working away at 4:53. There's a lot more information really on the app, and this is really how you'll set it up tonight. You'll get on your phone. Most of you will probably just do your phone. So we're seeing the cook here. Here's all the sessions. Here's all the sessions that Ted has going on, or he's had. Right now, it creates if you have something going, it'll create a session every day. We're working on that to tweak that to allow the users to have a little more control over sessions. But this is a session he has going on at FireBoard. Like I said, you can add notes to it. We click here. We can label. So each one of those ports, you can label whatever it is. Like I did some ribs this past weekend. I used simmer on docks, on some ribs, and I used her bacon, which is phenomenal, which my son loved, on some other ribs. And so I put 2 probes in each rack of ribs, and I labeled 2 sweet 1, sweet 2, the other 2 bacon 1, bacon 2, and then I could just track how that went. And then I could compare it. One of the cool things that we have an analyze function, and I don't know if Ted has another session, but you can go here and you can choose a session to compare it to. This is probably not even a good thing, but you can overlay one session, like your current session, in real time over a previous session, which is really cool. I don't know if you know this, but the barbecue guys that come into the store, so many barbecues are like Jason Day, total tech nerds. They love the technology, so they come in. And this analysis isn't going to help your brisket be better. Probably not. It's going to just be one of those cool things that a lot of the guys just really like that. Now, that said, if a brisket really turned out well, you can kind of take note of that, and then you can do a predictive to see, okay, this one turned out really well. I can at least see from a temperature standpoint how the two compared. That doesn't necessarily, compare your seasoning or your trimming or where you got the meat. There's so many things involved, as you'll find out this week. But it's really a cool thing to be able to lay one session over the other and give users a really good idea of what's going on and how to compare it to the last time. So, also, we were talking about the Spark. One of the cool things about the Spark is, let's go back here to the session dashboard, back. So this is a Spark. This is your instant read. I touch it and it goes up. This little Spark has a really cool feature we call sync mode. So when you put this in your data, in your user profile, why did that do that? It will show up as part of your stuff here. Up here, you'll see the Spark. It says 77. It says 77 there. The sync mode allows me to close this. Right now it says no data. Let's see if it will sync. And this worked earlier. So now it's showing the temperatures. So here we have 225.2, well, it's a little behind maybe, and 102.6. Yeah. So it's showing your temperatures here on this device. This is from Kansas City, Missouri. It's showing it on this device here. Now I have it connected via Wi-Fi. This is really cool. Another thing, your tech guys, it's a way for them to go to work, and rather than switching over to the browser or looking on their phone, guys are also very lazy. No excuse to women. You're not as lazy as we are. But most of your barbecue guys are men, and they're lazy. They want to watch the football game, and they can set this on the coffee table with their feet up and keep track of their temperatures without having to go to their phone, which takes so much energy. So it's a really cool function, the sync mode thing. People get kind of, it's really a cool, I love the feature because it just, you use it?
Yeah,
Okay.
we've got our pits on the trailer, but then we're inside in the kitchen. We can watch it
Right.
without having to be out on the porch.
And without having to get your phone out. Yes, sir.
What signal is it syncing over? Is that Bluetooth or Wi-Fi?
This is syncing over Wi-Fi. So the Spark is both Bluetooth and Wi-Fi capable. So if you get one of these, you set it up via Bluetooth. It shows up in your session. You'll come up here under Settings. It'll say add a FireBoard. It'll show up with some weird. Right now it shows the serial number down at the bottom. But it'll show up. You click on it. It'll ask you a few questions. It'll say, sync up to this Wi-Fi, and away it goes. So it's syncing both ways. Really cool device. So, I think that's it, isn't it? So, guys, if you have any questions, I didn't leave you enough time for questions, but grab a FireBoard 2 on your way out. Set it up tonight, have fun with it, and we'll see you later. Thank you. Yeah.